was debating with this pastor, American pastor, online in respect to Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. In essence, it was defined display. They can claim to a culture and a pride in that, understandably. You see these pedantic aversions to things like rap, but it's usually in the context of talking about race, and it's telling, I see some levels to it. And so he was just like, well, rap is crap. But then what he used to underpin his statement was music is melody, harmony, so chords and rhythm. Why cling to such a rigid definition when the value we derive from it is not directly linked to that? I said to him, well, what about a Gregorian chant? Because he's a pastor. So I wanted to wind him up. And that's just monotonic. So it doesn't have any harmony, doesn't have any rhythm. And so then the goalpost moves and the exceptions come out. And I said, well, what about scat, jazz, so a melody over drums? And then it moves. And then I said to him, look, why would music have such resonance across culture? So everybody who's adherent to their own version of music, it's got a similar meaning. Drone music in India is one note. And temporal music doesn't change over time on a scale. We're drawing these arbitrary lines, 12 notes. It's actually a compromise because if you look at the harmonic series, we have to fit it so that you can change key. The keys even sound worse than others. Even that's arbitrary. But you take music, it's all of it. Neurodivergence is a bit like music. Most of the time you want to play in the major key, or music that's not modal, so it has a progression, it resolves, it's a perfect fifth, it feels resolute. But sometimes you want to play modally, vertically, like a Miles Davis. It evokes a feeling. It doesn't necessarily give you a conclusion, but it's pure and utter amazing, right? Amazing. And it all has its place. The truth is, we'll never satisfy a definition of what music is. The pursuit and that quest to derive value from it is, and where it came to race, you get this myopic anti-rap thing. That's not real instruments because they're using samples. Okay, so sampled music is from sampling musicians in popular music, which is largely based off of the blues structure and blues music. Inherently a black music.
Yeah, you'd hit it before.
And jazz, the truest American art form, predominantly black pioneers. The exceptionalism is the exceptionalism people feel against neurodivergence. Why are they feeling pride? If, understandably, with the systems of oppression, all of the injustices that community has faced, especially in what we're seeing today, if you making it about you and the way in which you engage in that conversation, you're centered without recognizing the conditions, then America ceases to be a unifying concept and becomes us and them. But if you understand that black excellence is not the same as exclusion. It's not about me. It's not about cars. You don't have to have lived it. You can't really weigh into that conversation in a way that's meaningful.